on HBO, we are live in Tokyo, Japan for World Championship Boxing, where undisputed heavyweight champion Mike Tyson defends his title against James Buster Douglas. Coming your way from the Far East, next, right here on HBO.
Get real. If it weren't for HBO, you would have missed some great boxing. The big fights. The thriller in Manila. Hagler. Turn. The punches.
Classic one-punch knockout.
The comeback.
Fighting back gangly.
The corner.
Lower than now, son.
The controversy. And the undisputed. All from the best seat in the house. Pound for pound. Punch for punch.
Do you like it?
Year after year, nobody picks a fight like HBO. Nobody. HBO. Simply the best.
Have passed now since Mike Tyson first journeyed to the Pacific Rim. At that time, his image took on mythic proportions in Tokyo as curious Japanese pounded the celebrated Western warrior. Since then, Tyson has reduced defense of his heavyweight title to a clockwork routine. Both fighters have had their say here.
I couldn't tell what other punch hurt.
Tubbs is hurt. Tubbs is hurt badly. It was a left hook.
I'm the best fighter in the world today. I refuse to lose.
Let's keep moving. Every shot.
Uppercut landed inside and Spence went down. It was the left uppercut.
I was surprised it was a body shot that put him to the canvas. And that is the first time Michael Spence has ever been down in a professional fight.
And he's down again and in serious trouble. A right hand right on the chin.
My objective is to get in and out of the ring as quick as possible. I'll never carry an opponent.
That's not shot. That's not photo shot. Beautiful shot.
Steal and seat it up.
I promise to anyone who dares to step in the ring against me, I'll be your worst nightmare.
Because Wynn's left jab is so strong, that should help him as long as he keeps that right hand up and watch Tyson's left hook. It's a powerful fight.
No one, and I mean no one in the world, will ever take my title away from me.
So on the heels of that promise, Mike Tyson returns to Tokyo.
It's always good to be back in Japan. I mean, we're great fans of the Japanese culture, and we're happy to be back.
And tonight, one James Buster Douglas is designated as the next victim of this fearsome fighting machine. It is 12 noon, Sunday, February 11, as we come to you live from Tokyo. Welcome to a city where 24 million footprints daily cover a relatively small patch of turf. After an explosive decade of commerce, this has become the center of the world's economy. One of the planet's most expensive cities, yet also a city which worships ancient values and traditions. Capital of a land of uncommon beauty and uncommon culture. Among a handful of common interests, one is boxing. And we are live inside Korakuen Stadium in Tokyo, Japan, as HBO Sports presents World Championship Boxing. Tonight, undisputed heavyweight champion Mike Tyson's 10th title defense against the challenger James Buster Douglas. It is scheduled for 12 rounds. And a look around inside this soft-ceiling, air-suspended dome, not unlike the Carrier Dome in Syracuse or the Silver Dome in Pontiac, Michigan. In this configuration for boxing, it will seat 63,000 people. There's some debate as to how many tickets have actually been sold, but as you can see, there are many empty seats. By no means a sellout. Attendance may be as low as 30,000 or less. But in ultra-prosperous Tokyo, all of the ringside seats at $1,000 apiece have long been sold. And hello again, I'm Jim Lampley. We at HBO welcome you and the world of big-time boxing back to Japan to test the theory that ticket buyers on foreign shores will purchase what Americans seem increasingly unwilling to shell out for: apparent mismatches for Mike Tyson in defense of his heavyweight crown. With me again now is our HBO boxing expert, ring legend Sugar Ray Leonard. And Ray, we assume that it becomes increasingly difficult for Mike Tyson to prepare for boxing matches that most of us see as non-competitive. You spent a couple of hours with the champion 2 days ago. What was his mood?
I tell you, Jim, it's a very interesting setting because traditionally Mike would have a number of people around him. But this particular time, this particular fight rather, he's had about a handful of people there. And the reason being, I think Mike Tyson's aware that he's always under the microscope. His performances, whether they go 1 round or 2 rounds, they're highly criticized. So he needs to be by himself in a much more subdued and relaxed atmosphere, and that's what he has now.
And of course, the man we like to have with us when we get ready to call one of these championship fights, HBO boxing analyst, the well-versed Larry Merchant. Larry, what are we about to see? Another 90-second annihilation of an ill-prepared opponent?
Well, in the important game of expectations, this fight is over before it begins or soon thereafter. You have to remember that just nobody believes anybody can compete with Mike Tyson. In fact, Ed Schuyler of the Associated Press, when he arrived in Tokyo, was asked by a customs official what he was doing here. He said he was here to cover the Tyson-Douglas fight. How long do you expect to work? The customs official asked. Oh, he said, about 90 seconds. The good news is that Douglas has fought his best fighters against the best fighters he's fought, so perhaps we'll get a few rounds. Also, Jim, Douglas has a dog, a beagle named Shakespeare, and I believe that any prize fighter with a dog named Shakespeare can't be all bad.
Buster Douglas tells us that his favorite Shakespearean play is the romantic tragedy Romeo and Juliet. Surely if Mike Tyson were asked that question, he would choose something more bloody and violent, perhaps Henry V or Macbeth. Here now, a look inside the violent boxing mind of the heavyweight champion. Mike Tyson lives in a Darwinian arena. Strength survives. The casual observer, his edge, his tool for dominance is physical. Understandable, given his presence and his physique.
And now Tyson moves in for the kill. 2 uppercuts in the left hand. Thomas trying to hold on. Serious trouble, and down he goes.
Tyson really doing damage with the uppercuts. But aside from the muscle behind the gloves, Mike also possesses a capacity for mind over matter, which has allowed him to come to terms with the emotional pressures of boxing. It started when Tyson was 14, and boxing philosopher and father figure Cus D'Amato began to teach his pupil the necessary skills to become a great fighter.
Your mind is not in your way. There's something distracting you.
From the beginning, the ancient D'Amato harped on the willpower and self-confidence the boy would need to be a champion. Tyson learned as much about the mind as about the jab.
Fear is like fire. If you let it get out of control, it will destroy you and everything around you. If you manage to control it, you can make it work for you.
Mike had no trouble grasping boxing technique. Hitting people, he was a natural. But the emotional side of the sport took time. As a 16-year-old amateur, he would break into tears over fear of losing.
Look, just relax, Michael, relax, just relax. Just relax. Relax.
You think about nothing.
Evan, just relax. Just relax.
I'm moving for a start.
Just relax.
I know human nature too well. Everybody's a little nervous and scared. If you allow your fears to overwhelm you, it would destroy you. Like Cus D'Amato used to say, I love it when my fighter has that doubt, because that doubt makes them improve, makes them want to overcome.
Eventually, Tyson learned to control his mind, not only to prepare himself for